Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are about through this thing. You are at the letter U, which stands for unlock your full potential. And now that we're taking action and moving forward, I'm really excited about talking about a few things that really represent the ultimate goal of momentum training. And unlocking your full potential is a part of that process. And so there are about 7 things that I'm going to briefly talk about. The first one that this is something that's just been near and dear to me, something for over 20 years now, and something that I really became very passionate about, and that's residual income. And I know you guys, mostly everybody knows exactly what residual income is, but the concept of this is doing something one time and getting paid over and over and over and over again. I mean, who really, if you think about what residual income is, when you stop and really sit back and think about it, most of us, we don't want to go back to trading time for money. And so, I was listening to one of my mentors the other day, and he was talking about what certain people buy and why there is just a huge difference between poor people, the middle class, and wealthy people. And as I go through some of these situations that I believe will help you truly unlock your full potential, you're going to hear and think about circumstances and situations that you may have experienced yourself or gone through, just like myself. And, when I heard about residual income for the very first time, it just made so much sense. I mean, because everybody that I knew prior to being in the direct sales industry was broke. My parents were broke. The bosses that I had were broke. My teachers were broke. Everybody that I hung around was broke. So guess what I was? I was broke. And I had people that just began to sow into my life that talked about, man, just think about what you buy. Think about what you get on payday. And he talked about how poor people, they buy a lot of stuff. They buy a lot of stuff. You'll go in their house and they'll have their dressers and house will be full of stuff. And what we do to justify buying stuff is we say, oh, well, it wasn't that much, or it didn't cost that much. And over a period of time, we'll just accumulate stuff and really have nothing to show for it. And then you have that middle class group of people. That middle class group of people, these are people, some of them make 6 figures. But how many of you notice even people who are middle class, they start off with great income, and what I learned about people who are middle class, they buy what we call liabilities. Now, by definition, a liability is something that is costing us. And so I want you to think about that real quick. So the middle class, we go out and we buy cars, we go out and buy boats, we go out and buy things that allow us to have fun. And those things end up costing us. And what ends up happening, we look up and turn around, and the same amount of money that's coming in is what we're spending. And we never, ever seem to get ahead. And what was so powerful to me is he said, think about it. He said the biggest difference, and one of the biggest reasons that the wealthy is getting wealthier and the poor is staying poor is because of what people buy. He said the wealthy, they buy assets. And let me give you an example of an asset. An asset is something that pays us. It's something that pays us. And so think about it. Wealthy people are investing in things that's continuing to pay them over and over and over again. So let me ask you something. If you were able to generate an income and you were able to do something one time and that income paid you over and over and over again, wouldn't it make sense? And that's why many of you have joined this industry. That's why many of you are here today, because you want to make those changes. But some of us, as we've talked about a few things as far as finding leads or finding prospects or finding business partners, this is huge, because who you decide to work with, who you decide to partner up with is very, very, very important. And you should take it serious. One of the things that I talk about in our industry that I feel is sometimes a downfall is it doesn't cost enough. I was talking to somebody about that today. When things don't cost that much, guess what we sometimes tend to do? We tend to take those things for granted. Most businesses nowadays are less than $500 in the direct sales industry to be a part of. And so many people, when we get started, if we don't have a value on $500, we take it for granted. And one of the things that is so important to do is go out and find good people. Well, if you're having a tough time doing that, one of the things that I have been learning, one of the things that I have been working on for just literally decades is finding a way to find people that are looking for what I have to offer. And I want you to just imagine this real quick, which goes into, again, if you're able to do what I'm getting ready to talk about right now, you will truly unlock your full potential. Because who can stop you? You can't go backwards this way. See, think about it. If you had an unlimited amount of prospects, an unlimited amount of clients, an unlimited amount of potential recruits, of people that you wanted to partner up with, that were raising their hand saying, hey, I want to know more information about what you do. How successful could you be? I mean, give me a break, ladies and gentlemen, because this truly is the foundation of building your business. Finding good people, having people that are looking for what you have to offer, no matter what the product is, no matter what the service is. If you were in real estate and you had an unlimited amount of people saying, hey, I'm looking to buy a house. Hey, I'm looking to sell my house. How many of you think that would be an advantage, and how many of you believe that it would truly help you unlock your full potential? Come on. You know it's true, which goes into the third thing. The third thing, and this is so important because we do this, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure many of you, just like myself, we got started in an industry that can provide a legacy, that can put us in a position where we can create an inheritance for our children's children. I believe there was a good book out there that talked about that. And it said a good man will leave an inheritance for its children's children. And my question to you is, what are you doing to make that happen? What are you doing to be able to unlock your full potential, to leave a legacy for your children? See, right now, you shouldn't even be working on leaving something for your children. What if your focus right now was leaving a legacy for your grandchildren, and your parents, their legacy was to leave an inheritance for your children? You see how that works? You see how amazing that would potentially be? But see, we want you to unlock your full potential. We want you to be in a position. We want you to do something. See, there's a little statistic out there. 3%, or some people even say 2% nowadays, that become financially independent, and 97 or 98% stay dependent on friends, family, and the government. Why? Because they are not even in a vehicle that will allow them to leave a legacy. I mean, I watched my mom work for the government for 33 years. I watched my dad as a construction worker work his butt off, sometimes 7 days a week, just to make ends meet. And the problem that my parents had is they were not necessarily in a vehicle. See, one of the things that they asked me when I first got started in this industry, and I want to ask you, how many of you would love to never have to worry about money ever again? How many of you love to never have to worry about bills ever again? Here's the question we have to ask ourselves. All of that sounds good. All of that sounds great, but the magic question is are you in a vehicle that will allow that to be possible? See, the one difference is, at least these people, they're not always successful. And I'm not saying or guaranteeing your success, but at least these people right here, they give themselves a chance. And one of my mentors used to say this all the time: if you never give yourself a chance, you've guaranteed failure. So what are you doing right now? Now, the fourth thing that we are going to feature here at Momentum Training is we're going to focus on helping people eliminate debt. We're going to focus on helping people get out of debt. How many of you think it would be really neat to be able to burn your mortgage? How many of you think it would be completely neat to not owe one credit card, to pay cash for everything that you own? See, ladies and gentlemen, eliminating debt, it's very simple once you understand how to do it and once you discipline yourself to make it happen. And a part of this project, ladies and gentlemen, a part of unlocking your full potential is to show you exactly how to eliminate debt. Is to show you how to get out of debt and how to get out of debt quickly. Okay? Number 5, a part of that is going to be maximizing your tax benefits. Now, if you don't get anything else out of this win session, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go out and I want you to download the book or go buy it from wherever you buy your books from. There's a book called Lower Your Taxes Big Time. It's called Lower Your Taxes Big Time. It's written by Sandy Botkins. He was a CPA, tax attorney, all this. He's had over 30 years of experience showing people how to minimize their tax liability, showing people how to save and make the most out of their tax benefits. See, what you and I have to realize, ladies and gentlemen, is this country was built on capitalism. This country was built for capitalists. This country was designed to help people who are business owners, like you and I. And so the one thing that I don't want to do, I'm not getting ready to sit here and give you tax advice because I'm not a CPA, I'm not an accountant. But one of the things that I want to make sure you're doing to unlock your full potential, I want to make sure that you are capitalizing on all the tax benefits that we are due to earn. And I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is just an example. But from what I've seen and what I've read in reading that book, there's so many things that so many of us don't take advantage of just because we don't know any better. And I'm challenging all of you, before this year is up, the year that we're currently in, no matter what it is, I want to challenge you to read that book so that you can absolutely maximize your tax benefits. I'm telling you right now, you should be able to add at least an extra $6 to $10, maybe up to $15,000 per year to your bottom line just from what? Tax benefits. Now, number 6 is really what this is all about, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, this was an opportunity for you to start dreaming again. This was an opportunity for you to gain your freedom, your true freedom. Life is about choices. And as I said in the very, very beginning of this win session, I wanted to congratulate all of you because you made the first decision. You made a choice to be free. You made a choice to do something different with your life. You made a choice to say, you know what? I'm going to be independent. I'm going to own my own business. I'm going to build something for me and my family. And that's what building a legacy is all about. And that's what true freedom is all about. Here's the magic question. In life, we all decide to do certain things. And, while most of us get started in this industry of direct sales, we typically get started because of the money, because of the the residual income, because of the financial gain of what we could earn or benefit. But once you really, truly learn what your purpose is, and you truly, truly, truly learn, what it's like to fulfill some of those dreams and have true freedom, the money begins not to matter that much. It begins to turn into something like becoming significant. What are you going to do in your life to help others? There's another book that I read a long time ago. It was called Purpose Driven Life. And it was a book that talked about, identifying and finding your purpose. And one of the biggest things that I got out of that book was your purpose and my purpose, it's really not ours. This was something that God instilled in us when He made us. Our purpose was designed before we knew how to spell design. It was created within us before we knew how to spell create. And I want to ask you, what is your purpose? What have you done to go out and become significant? Because more than anything, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I put this WIN session together. I became an advocate for this industry. I saw so many people who got excited about reaching their full potential, who got excited about residual income, who got excited about helping people and changing people's lives, who got excited about building a legacy and creating something for their children's children, who got excited about getting out of debt, who got excited about adding big money to their bottom line from tax benefits, who got excited about having true freedom in their life. But they got started in this industry and they had no guidance. They had no real significance. Because when you truly get the money game out of the way and you truly become significant, we as a community, we're gonna change the world.